Yo, what's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. Yo, check this out. Let me tell you how absolutely unintelligent FBA is when they want to argue a point, or when you hit them with the truth, right? Or you hurt their little feelings with the truth. They go in your comment section. They be like, they say, here in America talking about African stuff, but here in America, right? I be like, so an American can't talk about African stuff, but your leader, non-leader, Tariq's in America talking about African stuff, or your favorite host is in Africa talking about American stuff, no problem. But the people who are opposed to you and your idiocy, oh nah, you can't be in America talking about African stuff. When I'm in Africa, they be like, you in Africa. You can't be talking about American stuff over there in Africa. You fled to Africa. How you gonna talk about American stuff? I'm like, isn't one of your favorite social media personalities in Africa talking about American stuff? I mean, it's not the same thing. Or what? And there's always somebody who ain't never been there. You can tell they ain't never been in. Most of them ain't never been on a plane. They ain't never been on vacation. They ain't never left their state. These people don't travel. And they make the same arguments. And they use whataboutisms. They be in the comment section. They'll change the whole topic without addressing the goddamn topic of the video. I'll be like, that's not what we talking about. That's not the topic of the video. They play whataboutism, reframing arguments, and making mindless insults because they can't handle the context. They can't handle the content. They can't tackle the topics. That's what happens when people are stupid, right? They want to say something because you affected them. You did some shit, and they're like, right? So they got to say something. They got to make a goddamn comment. And most of the comments are going to be, if I'm in Africa, you in Africa. Don't be talking about American stuff. Be over there, Africa, you fled. Or if I'm in America, you're in America. Don't be talking about African stuff. You over here with us. I'm like, bro, okay, buddy, right? So what I usually do is I give them like 3 or 4 goes, right, to say something that's slightly intelligent. And if they spam me with a bunch of idiocracy and a bunch of pseudo shit, they get blocked. Because I'm all for a good debate, but you gotta at least make some goddamn sense. If you try to change the goddamn topic of the goddamn video, right, to have your own argument because you can't tackle the argument that's being had in the video, I'll give you 2 or 3 goes to adjust yourself, and then you're gonna get blocked because you're wasting everybody's time. You guys did not finish high school, all right? You guys barely finished elementary school if you did, right? You guys were not in class. You were cutting class when you were supposed to be in class. You was in the hallways playing around. You was skipping school, and you were proud of that shit while everybody else was in class learning, all right? That's why you guys don't know how to have adult conversations, and you can't comprehend basic English. You can't comprehend complex conversation. You guys are stuck in goddamn elementary school while everybody else, all of us adults, are having PhD level conversations. That is in fact the problem. Ain't nobody got time for y'all stupidity, all right? So if you want to have a conversation, all right, the qualifications that you had at least graduated high school, you know how to put together at least 3 sentences together that make sense, and you can stay on goddamn topic, all right? That's the rules. That's the new rules from now on, because we can't tolerate this shit. Because every time I talk about you FBA, y'all come with the dumbest goddamn comments, and y'all verify how absolutely stupid you guys are. All right? Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach something. I'm out.
If you're in an FBA or ADOS cult, you can do more with your time than having genealogical pissing contests. Y'all are right-wing Black folks who have nothing because your history is actively being stripped from you. And your identity is wrapped into who your ancestors used to be, but not who you are. What do you have? What do you own? Please point me to the nearest FBA or ADOS hospice. Please point me to the nearest ADOS or FBA chain of grocery stores. Don't don't have that, huh? Are you housing our folk? Do y'all have ADOS, FBA farmland, condominium, apartment complex, a tent, something? Your divisiveness is your short-sightedness, because this Black American understands that Pan-Africanism is what's going to get us liberated and free. Knowing that Malcolm X had Caribbean roots, Marcus Garvey had immigrant roots, W.E.B. Du Bois was buried in Ghana, and whether from Kwame Ture to Assata Shakur, the Black radical tradition always stood behind the Black diaspora as a whole. And oh, that red and black flag that a lot of y'all like to wear in your profile, not you, because you're probably a bot. My great uncle, Robert Bobby Stewart from Elizabeth, New Jersey, made the prototype for that. Genealogy, these.
Before we get started today, I want to make it perfectly clear. At no point in time is the FBA ever allowed on any of my social media. Don't come here. Until y'all change y'all views and stop with that bigoted rhetoric that anybody who is not of so many years of American lineage does not count as a Black person or American, you're not allowed here. You're not allowed on none of my social media. If you put disrespect in my comments, 10 times out of 10, you probably will get it right back. Again, at no point in time is the FBA ever allowed on my page. Y'all are a Black version of the Klan. The only difference between y'all and the Klan is the Klan wear white sheets. If you were able, if you don't wear them already, your sheets would be black. The way y'all talk to the rest of us in the Black diaspora that you don't deem as Black American or that you don't deem as Black, period, is dishonorable, disrespectful, and disgusting. The rhetoric, the claims that y'all make trying to invalidate the rest of our Black is exactly why I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Don't ever come to none of my pages, or you will get talked to the same way you try to talk to us. Fair is fair.
It's been consuming. Talking about Jane? We're putting the entire situation under review. Review? What does that mean? It means any related investigations are suspended until further notice.
This is such a random thought, but sometimes when I listen to Black Hebrew Israelites, FBA motherfuckers, ADOS people, I think, is this how Zionism sounded when it was first, spreading through Europe? Is this how illogical it sounded? Like, there's so many different iterations of this ideology, and they can't quite get a grasp on what kind of supremacists they want to be. They haven't quite got their story straight. They're like propaganda tool yet. It's a bit too all over the place for it to pierce through the mainstream yet. And I'm wondering, how long did it take for Zionism to get its story straight and for it to become what we know now? The FBA Israelites folks, they have gotten their dehumanization aspect. They have gotten that pat down. They know who the enemies are, and they have gotten at least some of the language. They have adopted some of the language that is needed to dehumanize said enemies. What they haven't gotten down is the mythos. That is still very, very far away. And because of the amount of different factions that exist, I don't know how long it'll take for all of them to finally enmesh and become as cohesive as the Israeli Zionism movement.
FBA and African Americans are not the same. African Americans are a recognized ethnic group who descend from enslaved Africans that were trafficked to the Americas and created their own unique culture. FBA is an online group who spreads misinformation with the purpose of dividing Black people. They hide their intentions under the guise of cultural preservation. But what does boycotting African businesses, denying your lineage from Africa, and spreading misinformation about African American history have to do with cultural preservation? In real life, most African Americans do not know what FBA is. FBA is not the voice of African American culture. If you want to learn more about African American history and culture, get your research from the National African American History Museum, not an online TikTok group. FBA and African American are not the same.
The FBAs have taken the joy out of being Black in America. There was a time where any Black person who came to America from any part of the world was proud to be Black, was proud to join the African Americans, was proud to join our brothers and sisters in solidarity against any form of racism and bigotry in America. But because of the FBA, the joy of being in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in the fight for freedom and justice and equality has basically dissipated. And it's a sad turn of events in America.
When it comes to African Americans, you have to separate them into two groups. Okay, so first you have FBAs. Second, you have regular African Americans. FBAs believe that they're Native Americans. They believe that they were always in the Americas, so they straight up just deny having any African ancestry at all. Okay, whereas regular African Americans accept their African ancestry, but their whole thing is just improving and making a better life for themselves in a country that they've been occupying for hundreds of years. They're still very much proud of the fact that they're African American, and they're still proud of having black culture and all these different things, right? But once you understand the dichotomy between those two groups, it'll make understanding black Americans as a whole that much easier, okay? Because FBAs, they're mentally ill. They're responsible for all the divisiveness that we have within the black diaspora right now. They spew a lot of the hate that you see on the internet when you go on Twitter. A lot of the quote-unquote black Americans that be starting all the problems. You go in that bio, you see that flag, you see FBA in the bio, everything now makes sense. But just remember that. Two very distinct groups. Thank you.
Hey, look, y'all, look, listen. In 2025 going into 2026, listen, y'all gotta know when the damn conversation is over. Some of y'all talk too damn much. It's like, look, you see me, I'm no longer engaging. I'm looking at a watch that's not there. I'm looking at a clock. I'm looking at my phone. You see me looking at my feet. I'm giving a generic smile. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. The conversation is done. You see me backing towards the door halfway open. You walking towards me as I'm backing up. If somebody start backing up, yo, the conversation done. He's backing away. She's backing away. You still talking. The conversation done. Some of y'all talk too damn much. I pick up my damn, when I pick my keys up, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. When my keys start jingling, like somebody standing up, they grab their keys, it's like, yo, you're not going to keep talking. They done. They done. You going to keep going? You going to keep going. Y'all be trying to hold people hostage because you don't know when to shut the hell up. The conversation is beginning for you, but it's over for me. You gotta know when to shut the hell up, man. I'm at a damn gas station. I was damn near late for work. My body is halfway in the damn car, and this dude is still talking. It's like, yo, will you drive the hell off? I'm done. The convo is done. I'm bored. I've tuned you out. I'm only here being nice because I ain't trying to be rude. Like, yo, you have to shut the hell up. You ain't gonna keep holding me hostage. Some of y'all talk too damn much.
Ain't nobody trying to argue with you all damn day, bro. Shut the fuck up. Damn.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.